stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. Morning for me. Yeah. At least that's what I'm calling it. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's Thursday. It is our why isn't it just sharing? Oh, we don't want to do that. No, we don't want to do any of that. Okay. That's why you don't do that, Dion. Okay. Okay. Whew, back to normal. I forgot. That's why I don't do that. Because it'll start playing through my stuff and then bad things will happen. So gotta put something in that. I have a Coke problem. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. It's the only Coke problem I've had. I didn't like Coke. Sure, it made me be able to drink more and stuff. But the problem with cocaine is you take it and then it's morning. Then it's the next day. I mean, like immediately. And I'm already missing days with alcohol. I don't need to add on to that. So, you want to know something? Ecstasy. I loved ecstasy. It was awesome, which is why I quit doing it. See, it's weird because when it came to these harder drugs, I had willpower. I had willpower around it. I could take it or leave it. But when it came to alcohol, all bets were off. I don't know why. I don't have an answer for that. But I do know that that's my experience. And I do know that that's the way that it goes for me. I'm trying to warm it up here a little bit, but I am freezing and it's hard for me to do this while I'm cold. So if there's one thing I have plenty of, it's hoodies. So I don't have any shoes, but I have hoodies. Priorities, man. Nobody's looking at my shoes. All right. We all like our comforts, don't we? I messed up my hair, but I don't care. I don't care today. So this is a reading. We're reading from. I'm gonna be reading from Courage to Change today. It's the Al-Anon Daily Reflection. I like the Al-Anon Daily Reflection. It's a little more in your face, and you know, I go through the to say that I don't care what people think. I mean, I care. We all do. We all care what people think. If we didn't, we wouldn't be friends, man. We wouldn't have opinions. Okay? And it's all right to be okay with what other people think about you. Okay? I care what my wife thinks about me. You bet your ass I do. Yeah. Right? Now, does this mean I can control it? No, I can't. No, I can't. And I realized several years ago that I'm not everybody's cup of tea when it comes to this. Um, and that's okay. I can't change. I'm not going to change myself to be not who I am to fit the needs of others. And that's kind of what we're talking about today. Okay. That we don't need everybody to like us. Okay. I'd like to think everybody likes me, but no, that's not how it works. It's not. I know I irritate some people. I know that I disrupt their spirituality. I know that. And that's why I leave things open. I make it so that if you want to come and listen to me, you can, but if you want to leave, nobody will know. Does that make sense? Why not give people that option? I mean, this number right here goes up and down all the time. Right now it's at 3. It'll go back to 2 shortly, probably. You know. But that's the thing about this area is it's safe. Okay. You can watch it and I'll never even know. Okay. I don't go back and look to see who's currently watching or anything like that. I don't join to make sure to see who else. I don't ask. Okay. And everybody's really good. See, they left. And everybody's really good about not calling other people out. We do really good with anonymity here, is what I'm saying. All right. I haven't even done introductions. They only take a second. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And now we will go to chat. Gary, did I say hi? If I didn't, I apologize. And good afternoon. All right, February 8th. Courage to change. I like people. And at one time, I wanted everyone to be my friend. With the best of intentions, I tried to encourage friendships with certain individuals, although my attempts were repeatedly, discreetly rebuffed. Now, that's all I read earlier, and this took me back to grade school. And I was thinking, because I got picked on a lot, but there was this one guy, and his name was Chris, and he's wheelchair bound, and he couldn't speak. I'm not sure what it was, but he had multiple sclerosis, I believe, but he couldn't really speak. And I would hang out with him. Granted, it was only 5th and 6th grade because that's why I was here in Colorado. But I would hang out with him on lunch because nobody else did. Okay. Chris ended up going to a different middle school than me. But, I never met his parents. I wonder if he even remembered who I was. Hi, Patricia. But I did that because I knew, even at that age, I knew what it felt like to not be a part of. And I didn't want that for him. I want him to know there was at least one person who gave a fuck. And this is how I thought in 5th grade. It almost feels like I was never ever a child sometimes. I just saw a lot of things in this world that I knew wasn't right. And I knew that. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Patricia. I think I said hi, Patricia. If not, then there we are. I was comforted by the words I heard at the close of each Al-Anon meeting. Though you may not like all of us, you'll love us in a very special way. The same way we already love you. That sound familiar? That we will love you until you learn how to love yourself. Okay. Now, some people, we already know how to love ourselves, but it's inappropriate. Okay. and I'm not meaning that in a jokey, bad kind of way. What I mean by that is we will go against our natural desires for attention, prestige, popularity, and all these other things. Okay. That's where humility comes in for us. Okay. I don't know about everybody else, but I know that for this alcoholic, this is where humility comes in. And we've been talking about this almost all week on discovering who you are and figuring and finding out that it's okay to be you and just you. And if people don't look, because how is somebody going to love you unconditionally unless you be yourself? Okay, I'm going to ask that again. How can somebody love you unconditionally when you don't know who you are? It is possible, certainly, because then we take you for who you are. That includes the hats and everything else. These will start to go away. They will. These hats, these masks that we put on. Okay. What are these masks? Well, they're Mr. Hyde. Okay. Which they talk about in here today. They talk about Mr. Hyde and emotional sobriety. We just did it last week. So that's why I didn't do that today. It was an important lesson that while I can't have everyone's friendship, I can offer and receive respect, support, and understanding, patience, and humility soothe my wounded pride. So it's the same for them. Humility and patience. Notice we don't talk about patience much here. Actually, we do all the time. Patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. I was just making a joke. Okay. We do. We have to learn patience. What is patience? Well, it is delayed gratification. It means that we're not going to get that instant gratification. Okay. So there's a key here. Okay. And the key in this case is love. Okay. Love yourself unconditionally. Even when you're having a bad hair day. Right? It was looking good until I put on a hoodie. All right. I'm vain, man. I will tell you now, I know I'm vain. Okay. Today's reminder: it is unrealistic to expect everyone to like me. Oh, and don't try either. Don't try and get everybody like you. I fell for that. I fell for that in the beginning. I fell for it about a year and a half into this. Lasted about 2 weeks. Yeah. See, I just did because I don't know what it means to be popular. So therefore, I don't know what I'm missing out on, and I don't feel like I'm really missing out on anything. I don't. I don't want to be so popular that my phone is going off the hook. That would drive me crazy. Some people like that. Some people like that because it makes them feel important. It makes me feel overwhelmed because I'm going to handle everything that comes across my phone. Okay. Not everything. Sometimes I want to die. Why won't God just take me? It's hard when I get those. I get stuck. I'm not sure what to do. And so I go to God. All right. With such an expectation, I set myself up to fail and give myself an excuse to blame that failure on others. Or for us, we'll take that inside. And then what'll happen? Drink. Because loneliness will set in. I'm going to get to that. I'm almost I just want to, there's only a couple more lines here. I can't change other people, but I can change my own attitude. I can let go of my rules about how others should feel about me. When I am disappointed in another's response, I can make an extra effort to be kind, warm, and loving to myself. I am lovable just the way I am. Hi, Michelle. I am lovable just the way I am. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Oscar Wilde. That's a good one. That's a good one. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Okay. So now that we've talked about the fact that, maybe we're not quite like Al Anon, but gosh, I want people to like me. Do I not? I want you guys to like me. I do. Let's read this, and then we've got a little bit more today if you want to hang out. Hey, I was finally, and this is coming from Ingrid. I was able to hold my head up to my first meeting since last Tuesday. Thanks for bringing the voice in my head, calling me back to meetings. It's still here from the last time. It helped me come back from my illness. Encouragement. It's encouragement. You know, that's why I try and come on here and do hard things, so that it's okay to do it. What kind of an example would I be if I didn't? Okay. This wouldn't work very well. It wouldn't. Right? So now that we know we're not everybody's cup of tea, let's go to the daily reflection. Okay. Now, this one's called Convincing Mr. Hyde. Even then, as we hew away, peace and joy may still elude us. That was me. That's the place so many of us AA ulcers have come to, and it's a hell of a spot, literally. How shall our unconscious, from which so many of our fears, compulsions, and phony aspirations still stream, be brought into line with what we actually believe, know, and want? How to convince our dumb, raging, and hidden Mr. Hyde becomes our main task. And what he's talking about there is his depression, okay? But for us, this is an emotional sobriety type of situation. Self-esteem, see what we're talking about here is self-esteem. 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 Inside job. If your internet goes out like hers did and you need somebody, you told me your internet went out. So I bugged you and let you know that we're here. Yeah. We can do that for each other. Thank you for giving me a chance to be a good friend. I haven't had that chance before. Not many people have given me that chance. They always fucking run. I scare them off. Okay, not intentionally, but I'm a pretty intense person. I am. I know I'm an intense person. It's something I love about me. I don't think of low-level shit. How's the weather? It's great. It's fine. Now, can we talk about something that's meaningful? That's what gets me. See, I've spent my whole life dying. I don't have time for weather conversations anymore. Although I should learn how to have them. Right? I shouldn't always need to be caught up in having hard conversations. Right? I'm calling myself out a little bit here. Right? Because I'm seeing a little unbalance that maybe, yeah, right. And that's what I've been working on lately is balance, because everything that happened. I still haven't been able to get to therapy. So, but for a long time, I hid my Mr. Hyde. What was it? It was my PTSD. It was my anxiety. I was afraid that if you saw who I actually was, that you wouldn't want to be around me anymore. Okay. So 5 years ago, I took a big chance. I took a very big chance. And I went live with my PTSD for the first time. Right. And people watched. I was amazed. Sometimes this would happen at 2 o'clock in the morning. My schedule was different. I slept during the day. I was up during the night. Life was a lot different for me. Okay. I was very isolated and I was lonely. Okay. I was lonely. Not that I don't love my wife, but she doesn't understand. So thank God for the fellowship of God, because it saved my ass for about a year. I didn't go to meetings. This was before Corona. But there have been Zoom meetings going on before Corona. I've been attending AA online for a long time. So it doesn't feel like a regular meeting, but sometimes we would go into these chat groups on AOL all the time. Yeah, I did that back in the early 90s. We had recovery groups on AOL. Yeah, it's nothing new. All right. Regular attendance at meetings. That's number one. Okay. Not just regular attendance at meetings, but regular attendance at the same meeting. Okay. Dion did something silly. He decided he wasn't going to go to his 3 o'clock, that he was tired of it about 3 weeks ago. And that was a mistake. I'm going to tell you why. Because it was part of my consistency. I was telling my brain something. Then my therapy disappeared. See what happened? Okay, because I made a decision. Well, it was a wrong decision. I thought I was clearing up time. Okay. I wasn't. I made it, and that's okay. I discovered that. Now I'm back to it. Okay. Because it's normal. I'm used to it. Even though it kind of irritates me, I'm kind of used to that. You know, does that make sense? And I need that consistency. These people know my face. They know what's going on with me. If I disappear, then it's wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. So regular attendance at meetings, the same meetings. These people need to see my face. What am I doing? It doesn't matter how much time you have. You got to be accountable. Okay. And without my therapy, I'm feeling less accountable. So what have I done? Well, I brought on more people. Okay. God does this for us. I'm going to rephrase that. I didn't bring on more people. God gave me more people. That's what happened. Serving and helping others is the recipe that many have tried and found to be successful. It is. When everything is going on, nothing so much ensures immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. Okay? Not just other people, other alcoholics. Okay, we got it. I was making this mistake. Okay. I am willing to help anybody that comes to me. But my main thing is helping alcoholics. And when I get out of that lane, which I do frequently, things don't go right. They don't, because it's not my lane. When I got into fentanyl and getting into prevention, it wasn't my lane anymore. Times have changed. Dion doesn't know his stuff. Okay. What does that mean? That means that I might be giving misinformation. And what does misinformation in recovery do? It kills, and I will not be a part of that. Okay? Not for popularity, not for money, not for anything. No. Okay? If I wanted money, I would have taken the deal from the NFL. Right? Whenever I stray from these basic principles, okay, and there it is. I do I need to say anything else? You know what will happen if you stray from these basic principles. Okay. There's no advanced AA 101. We're all on basics every day. We don't do more than the basics. Okay. We don't. What are the basics? Well, helping other people. Okay. I'll give it to you in a very, very short. What are we doing? Okay. I had to remove everything from this meat sack that I thought was usable at all. It didn't matter whether it was good or bad. I had to remove it. And then I had to sit down with somebody else and God and say, this is all my shit. What are we going to do with it? Okay. Then my sponsor helped me cherry pick. He helped me cherry pick and go through these things and say, Dion, this is where you're strong. This is where your weaknesses are. Now I know, and I can do something about that. Now that I know, number one, well, the thing that is going to happen is my intentions are going to change. All my intentions will change. I don't have a choice in this. It'll happen. You're going to want it. Okay. Then the perfect release happens. Well, the perfect release is our obsession to whatever addiction that we have going on. Okay. Now we're even closer to God. See, every time we remove something that is objectionable, we get closer to our higher power and therefore closer to perfection. And therefore we're able to help more people. That's it. My job, I have one job, to be of maximum service to God and the people around me. Yeah. Patricia has some great posts. You should be friends with Patricia. Actually, any of the friends I have on my friends list, almost all of them are legit, man. And you know what? Because we're all kind of here. I have a secret group. There is a secret group. And I'm going to start inviting more people to it. Okay. I didn't know what to do with it. Now I'm doing it because I want to be selfish. Because I want yes, I have my friends, but I want my circle. Does that make sense? And now I'm trying to form my circle. And I need my circle, man. So that's why. But everybody here, if you are not in Trudging Together Fellows, please, everybody here, if you are, and you want to be a part of Trudging Together Fellows, if you're not in that, let me know via Messenger and I'll send you an invite. All right. There's not many of us in there and we don't post often, but it's a place for us. So whenever I stray from these basic principles, my old habits resurface and my old self also comes back with all its fears and defects. I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I'm still alive. It's only been half an hour. Hi, Amber. This was a good one, too. I was able to take courage to change it and put it together with this, and it worked really well. So, now what happens is if I stray from the basic principles, okay, it's not going to take a week, months, right? That it'll happen that fast. Bam. If I take one drop of alcohol, everything I did gone that fast. I'm not kidding. It's gone. Okay. There is no time. It's immediate. Okay. I find that to be pretty scary. That my mind can revert back to old behavior in a second. The ultimate goal of each AA member is permanent sobriety achieved one day at a time. It's all we do. Okay. And if you got up before, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, you got more sobriety. I've been getting up later, so yeah. Thank you, but Patricia, you on a roll. You need not have any reservations. This is the way that I saw it. What do I have to lose? Like, the only thing left was my wife. Everything else was gone. Anything that mattered. I don't give a fuck about a roof over my head. Okay. I couldn't. No way. See, I knew that she was hurting because of me. I knew this because of the knowledge that I have. Right. And I'm never going to do that to her. I've never made that promise to her. That is something that I do inside. I'm going to end with this because without you guys, there's no way I could do any of this. There's no way I'd want to. It wouldn't be worth it. I hope everybody has a good Thursday. And the only way that I can be a fantastic friend is because you guys are teaching me and because you've given me a chance. Like I said before, a lot of people don't give me a chance. They want to be a part of my life, and they start to find out, wow, this guy is like intense. All right. So we're not everybody's cup of tea. All right. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Like I said, if you are not in Trudging Together Fellows, please send me a message and we'll get you in there. I'd like to build that one up a little so we have some inside jokes and things like that, build up our community. Doesn't need to be huge, but just imagine what 20 people with the same intention can do. A lot. I love you. I'm grateful for all of you too. Yeah, we should just, all right, let's have a mutual admiration society here real quick. We're all awesome. We're all walking, talking miracles. We are. And you're fucking awesome people. And I love you a lot. And you're on my mind a lot. Yeah, well, calm down a little bit, huh, Michelle? I ebb and flow like everybody else. Yes, I am a little less intense and a little bit more jokey. Yeah. So, all right. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace out and have a day.